Greetings, my dear viewers. The Pyramid on Air. So welcome to our analytical digital pit. I spent a lot of time getting all this interesting information. So get comfortable and let's dive into the details. Just released episode 57 part 2, and trust me, it's a roller coaster. This part, the longest and wildest, brings together a bunch of our favorite characters in one go. Let's dive into the spicy moments. We dive deep into the return of the TV woman, the fate of the cameraman ninja, the resurrection of the speakerman titan, and our poor homeless brown cameraman who has no time to rest. The G-Man isn't having the best day either, and we're going to break it all down. Every hidden nook, every Easter egg, everything you probably blinked and missed. Hold on to the end. There is something to enjoy. Click the like and subscribe button as you do. Ready? Go. So let's remember what happened in the first part. We saw an incredible confrontation between two titans, the cameraman titan and the speakerman titan. Despite the fact that the cameraman titan showed a significant superiority in strength, he was almost defeated, thanks to G-Man's cunning. At this time, Ventuzman tried to free the titan speakerman from the parasites, but the latter quickly grabbed him, broke him, and threw him to the ground. We don't know yet if Ventuzman managed to survive. So, let's move on to the second part. Please note that the duration of this part is 1 minute 55 seconds, which is a record for the series Skibidi Toilet. And if you add the first and second parts, you get as much as 3 minutes. Both parts are rich in special effects, so it took a long time to develop them. The series begins with the Titan cameraman and G-Man breaking out of a close-quarters fight. G-Man aims all of his lasers directly at the core of Jan's Titan. Titan cameraman, without much thought, opens his crushing core and delivers a powerful blow with the release of blue core plasma from his mighty heart right in the face of G-Man. At this point, it becomes clear how strong and pumped the Titan has become, since the first version of its core could not even withstand 2 G-Man lasers. Despite this, G-Man's skin does not completely burn off, indicating that he has good immunity against the weapons of the cameraman. Using the moment of stun, rose in a fighting impulse, raising a powerful hammer above him and delivering a crushing blow directly to the head of the Titan. Despite the devastating force of the blow, the Titan does not die immediately, which testifies to the extraordinary resilience of the G-Man. This fight continues with incredible intensity, and the outcome remains unpredictable. The hypersonic turbine hammer is finally in the hands of the Titan. Recall that in the first part he did not use a hammer, probably in order not to inflict heavy damage on the Titan speakerman. But in this situation, everything went differently, and the Titan cameraman decided to use the hammer. It's a bit of a mystery how the hammer ended up in the hands of the Titan cameraman. It may have been nearby, or brought to him, or it may be a transformer hammer hidden somewhere in his structure that can be pulled out at the right moment and molded into the right shape. In the first part, it was seen that the hammer clung to his back, but in this series he appeared, seemingly out of nowhere. Note that in this series, turbines appeared on the hammer, which was not noticeable in the first part. Taking advantage of the plasma stun moment, the cameraman Titan raises a powerful hammer and delivers a devastating blow straight to G-Man's head. Boom! However, G-Man manages to soften the blow by quickly hiding his head in the toilet. It's amazing how the G-Man is cunning and resourceful. Having sent G-Man into a deep knockout and taking advantage of this pause, he turns towards the speakerman Titan and sees that his best friend Ninja Plunger Man is lying dead. The Titan Cameron's face reflects a fatal rage that consumes him. Without a second thought, he shifts into jet mode, folds his wings into a combat stance, and rushes at the infected Speakerman Titan with frantic speed. Apparently, the weakness of the Speakerman Titan is the long reload time of its cannons. Perhaps this flaw will be corrected in future episodes. The explosive rush of the cameraman Titan was so powerful that the cameramen that were on the roofs of the buildings were thrown away like small puppet toys in different directions. Possessed by emotion and rage, the cameraman Titan relentlessly hurls the speakerman like a soccer ball. At that moment, he clearly lost control of himself. As the stunned Titan speakerman tries to stand up, the cameraman Titan is attacked from behind by an ugly blade strider wielding 4 samurai swords. Despite the Titan cameraman's attempt to turn, the Blade Strider instantly plunges all 4 blades directly into his torso. The blades pierce the armor, but the face of the Titan cameraman is expressionless. Fury rages inside of him at the loss of his best friend as a pain reliever. The blades remain stuck in his body, and the Blade Strider trapped in his own actions. At this point, the Titan calmly removes the welding protective mask from the Blade Strider, and a powerful blow of 2 hands on the ears stuns him. Then, with his right hand, he breaks the fastening of the blades, and the katanas remain in the body of the Titan. There is a feeling that the cameraman Titan is almost invulnerable, but it is worth remembering that his vulnerability lies in his core. After all, it's not for nothing that it is equipped with protection. Suddenly, at that moment, the Skibidists conceived a new villainy, and an attempt to attack the parasite began from behind. It is also worth noting that the Blade Strider with 4 blades used a specific tactic, sneaking up on his prey from behind. However, this time the Titan cameraman quickly recognized the danger and intercepted the parasite right on the back of his head. Taking his head, he showed no mercy and crushed the skull, using a technique that was familiar from the earliest episodes. The whole moment looked extremely epic, especially since the blades from the previous encounter were still sticking out of his ribs, giving the picture an additional edge to the beauty of the battle. Imagine what the plot twist would be if DaFuq allowed a parasite to inhabit the mind of the cameraman Titan. It would be a truly bloody meat grinder. During this time, the Titan speakerman managed to reload his guns and, taking advantage of the moment, shot in the back of our hero Titan cameraman. And here comes the most climactic point of the battle. Like a stealthy ninja in the night, a beautiful TV woman enters the stage. It is especially worth paying attention to her blades cleverly hidden in her sleeves. This weapon is probably a characteristic of the army of TV men. As I said earlier, in one of the episodes we saw that this woman is able at certain moments to show extreme cruelty and composure, turning into a merciless killer. If you haven't seen this video, be sure to check it out. Link in tip above. And now an important question arises. Why didn't the TV woman teleport right behind the Speakerman Titan and eliminate the parasite? This is likely due to the danger that he might destroy her the same way he destroyed a ninja plunger cameraman. Therefore, the cameraman Titan and the TV woman acted in concert as a well-coordinated team. As soon as the Titan diverted attention to itself, the TV woman began to act. This again emphasizes their interaction as an effective team, causing even more respect. Throwing herself behind the back of the Titan speakerman, she instantly starts hacking at the head of the parasite with her knives. In an attempt to take the TV woman off of itself, the parasite uses the speakerman's arms, but the cameraman Titan remains unfazed and tightly grips the speakerman Titan's hands. At the same moment, the TV woman continues her terrible mission. The parasite itself, once trapped, emits a terrible roar through the speakers of the Speakerman Titan in a desperate attempt to somehow resist the opponents who attacked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and of course, watch the continuation of this analytical review in my next video. See you! Greetings, my dear viewers. Welcome to our analytical digital pit. In this video, we will continue to analyze the 57 episode part 2. This is a truly amazingly entertaining episode, which is why I have developed 2 analysis videos for you. And so we continue. Just last time we stopped at the fact that the Titan cameraman and the TV woman, having united in a team, began to fight the parasite that captured the mind of the Speakerman Titan. Let's get back to our favorite TV woman. I adore her. Throwing herself behind the back of the Titan speakerman, she instantly starts hacking at the head of the parasite with her knives. In an attempt to take the TV woman off of itself, the parasite uses the speakerman's arms, but the cameraman Titan remains unfazed and tightly grips the speakerman Titan's hands. At the same moment, the TV woman continues her terrible mission. The parasite itself, once trapped, emits a terrible roar through the speakers of the Speakerman Titan in a desperate attempt to somehow resist the opponents who attacked it. To save the day, the Skibidists take their next dastardly step, regaining consciousness. G-Man attacks the cameraman Titan from behind again, preparing to deliver a fatal blow to him with his remaining 4 lasers. However, the remnants of the Cameronmen's army, commanded by severe camerawoman on the city's rooftops, try to thwart him by firing their stun rifles. This act demonstrates their truly strong courage, as it is obvious that the forces are absolutely not equal, and if desired, the G-Man could destroy them with ease. I think their boldness comes from being inspired by a ninja plunger man. From some point of view, it can be said that he is the main motivator of his army, despite the fact that he is now in a completely overwhelmed state. They manage to divert attention for a second G-Man from the Titans, and this second is enough for the Titan cameraman and the TV woman to finally neutralize the terrible parasite. The G-Man tried to respond to the army of cameramen, but his face, paralyzed by the darts, began to change ugly, distracting him from the battle. The G-Man then noticed that the Titan speakerman was no longer under the control of the parasite and immediately fled in terror. Look closely at his burnt face. He received very severe injuries. Bloody dark spots are visible under his eyes. His skin is pierced by burnt veins. However, somehow he managed to survive. It's amazing that the blue flames of the cameraman Titan didn't burn through all of G-Man's skin. Apparently, he has some special powers. As we know from previous episodes, the Titan cameraman used his blue plasma fire to destroy the heads of the Skibidists to the ground. It is noticeable that the skin of the G-Man received serious damage, but not yet completely destroyed. Why his skin is so tough remains a mystery. He has powerful defensive abilities. Where could he go? Perhaps this is the base of a scientific team of Skibidists, led by a necromancer scientist. More likely, G-Man feared that the Speakerman Titan was no longer infected and no longer had support, so he fled in terror. Notice how the TV woman's blade transforms back into her hands. By the way, note that the parasite is still alive because the connection with the Speakerman has been preserved. That is why Speakerman still cannot recover. Having completed her mission of stunning, the TV woman rushed towards the body of the crippled cameraman ninja. Using her small jetpack on her head, which allows her to ensure a soft landing, she descended to our hero, immediately teleported him to safety with her Black Cloud techno magic.
I adore her.
And a second later, we see a heartbreaking sight. Cameraman in a brown suit is tormented under the rubble of a building, and it is not clear what hurts him more, from the fact that his lower body is completely torn off, or from the fact that the object of his love absolutely does not pay any attention to him and favors others. There is a very strong dramaturgy in this scene, which touches to the depths of the soul. Perhaps the author here is trying to teach us that a woman never follows someone who runs after her and loves her. A woman always follows those who are stronger and absolutely does not pay attention to her. But this is just a hypothesis, because it is possible that the TV woman has a clear task from her leadership, to deliver the body of Ninja Plungerman to the laboratory for rescue. Whether this is fair or not in relation to the brown cameraman, everyone decides for himself. Write your opinion in the comments, please. It will be a very interesting topic. The only thing that pleases is that the brown cameraman will definitely be restored and possibly new improved cyber legs will be made for him. Who knows, maybe he will still prove himself and gain a chance for reciprocity of feelings with a TV woman. The Titan cameraman spotted the parasite that was still alive and tore it off the body of Speakerman, symbolically ending this epic and unique battle. With a kick of his powerful heavy boot, he smeared the remnants of the parasite on the ground. The Titan Speakerman's consciousness begins to return to him. This is a truly impressive spectacle, filled with many-sided emotions. It can be seen that he absolutely does not understand and does not remember anything, and is trying to at least somehow realize what happened. Blaming him in this situation is, of course, stupid, because he became the main victim of the army of Skibidi toilets, falling into the vile trap of the scientist Skibidist. Realizing the horror of what was happening, the Titan Speakerman chose to fly to the base. Another hypothesis. Perhaps he flew after G-Man because he was already at their base, where the scientist Skibidist is located, in order to brutally avenge what they did to him and his race of Speakermen. An army of cameramen, according to an old tradition, gives a thumbs up to each other after a hard and long battle. This gesture symbolizes respect and solidarity among the warriors, united by a common goal and a long way of battle. Currently, the Skibidist army is in a difficult situation, and they need to develop some new, powerful technology. Otherwise, due to such an imbalance of power, it will be difficult for them to withstand two powerful titans. How will the Skibidists ensure their protection now, especially considering that the helicopters followed the fleeing G-Man? What measures can they take to confront the Cameraman army and ensure their safety? Share your theories in the comments. For example, an evil scientist could develop a device or technology capable of distorting the visual perception of an army of cameramen. It could be light or electromagnetic pulses that change the visual perception of the environment. Thus, the cameramen would be overwhelmed and unable to accurately navigate and attack. Or an evil scientist could develop an electronic device capable of blocking the communications and control systems of the helicopters used by the cameraman army. This would create chaos in their coordination and weaken their ability to carry out accurate attacks. Alternatively, the evil scientist could create a virtual labyrinth, an innovative device generating various matrices, representing a new stage in the world of technology, yet used for sinister purposes. This device would immerse the cameramen into cyberspace, full of mysteries and dangers. In this virtual world, they would encounter intricate paths and a shifting environment that restricts their movement and renders them more vulnerable. Illusory obstacles would generate additional fear and panic. This virtual labyrinth alters the tactics of the cameramen and poses a significant threat to their army. Additionally, the cunning Skibidist scientist might invent their own toxic necro-titan, or for instance, a machine for cloning Skibidi toilets. They could establish a large-scale aviation of UFO mutants powered by electromagnetic supersonic engines. I'm certain there's more that he has yet to reveal. And so it was a wonderful series in which we finally saw the return of one of the most key heroes to the Alliance. He is no longer infected. Separately, I want to say that I successfully managed to predict the appearance of female characters in episode 57. You can see more about this in my last video about TV Woman. Now the female characters are revealed in even more detail. It is very interesting how the strategy of both sides will unfold now, and what upgrades will the injured fighters receive. What inventions will the Skibidi scientists show us in the next episodes of the series? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Greetings, my dear viewers, the Pyramid on Air. So welcome to our analytical digital pit of Pyramid. The new episode 58 is finally out, and we'll break down every little detail of every Easter egg. In this video, you will see the Speakerman Titan in full glory, as well as the rescue of the cameramen and the mysterious secret agent. My videos are charged with the power of luck, so watch them until the very end. Hit like and subscribe and keep your attention in our deep analysis trip.
Let's get it on.
And so, the video from the facades of the London Mall was seen. Reinforced infantry of the army of Skibidi toilets are finishing off the remnants of the army of cameramen. We see what terrible destruction the Skibidi toilets inflicted on the city. The facades are broken. The glass cracked around are pieces of concrete and iron corpses with severed heads. Several Cameron soldiers have climbed the lamppost and are trying to save their lives. One of us stretched out his terrible neck from the toilets and almost grabbed the lower chamberman by the leg. This scene is the best way to emphasize the hopelessness of the situation in which the cameramen found themselves. Some try to save themselves from total devouring, but really can't do anything. In addition to the cameramen, we see the body of the Speakerman nearby, which means the remnants of the Speakermen are also practically destroyed. I'm sure the Speakerman Titan will have a colossal outburst of rage. Next, we see a new Skibidi toilet with big jet engines, 2 circular saws and 6 sharp iron tentacles on which he strings the doomed bodies of opponents trying to escape from him, thus demonstrating their crushing victory. Noticing the cameraman's POV, the toilet with the saws aims to kill him and starts dashing towards him. But suddenly, oh miracle, an enraged Speakerman Titan unexpectedly bursts into the location of the city. He delivers melee strikes to enemies with lightning speed and finishes them off with his fusion cannons with control shots to the head. Then he begins to destroy one target after another with lightning speed, like a sniper, including the guns on the clock tower. Noticing another Skibidi toilet of large sizes, he rushes at him with all his speed. At this moment, we notice on the roof of the building a secret agent who is standing in his characteristic green glow. By the way, there is a theory that the green glow is an energy denoting some new race that will be shown to us in the next episodes. You can also notice that this green light was seen in the first part of episode 57. According to one of the existing theories, this is the glow of the teleporter that he uses to quickly move in different dimensions. The most mysterious and powerful character in the Skibidi Toilets universe, Secret Agent. His consciousness is so strong that he is able to control space and time. He can teleport to any place to be invisible to others. According to one theory, he knows about all the processes of the universe and is preparing some important invention. For this, he collects data information, watching battles, collecting camera heads, exploring them. Perhaps it is his logo that is on the head of the Titan and on the wings of the toilet aircraft as well. The circle is broken into 8 parts, as a symbol can be seen on the central core of the Speakerman. Be sure to write in the comments what you think about this. It is even difficult to imagine what a powerful force this character has. He is cold-blooded and unemotionally looks at everything that happens. Pay attention to the crossed arms on his chest. This pose indicates that he is now closed and just analyzing the whole situation. What do you think exactly he wants to do? Write your theories in the comments. Having dealt with the large Skibidi toilet infantry, the Titan Speakerman is being violently attacked by the Skibidi toilet with buzzsaws. This sneaky character is sneaking up on our hero from behind. Well, the Titan Speakerman's reaction is excellent, and he instantly grabs to boil the toilet with his hand, stuns him with his frantic scream, and ruthlessly shoots from a cannon right in the head. Great retribution. Noticing something was wrong, the aircraft's Skibidi toilets are immediately connected. From all sides, the Speakerman's Titan was attacked by 9 Skibidi latrine combat helicopters. Everyone has 2 rocket launchers. By the way, pay attention to the time indicated on the tower clock, 4 p.m. 43 minutes. What do you think these numbers mean? If there is a hidden meaning, be sure to write in the comments. Oh yes! And if you suddenly didn't know, then in the ancient tarot cards, a destroyed tower is a symbol of the collapse of the system and all plans for the future, which very clearly reflects everything that is happening now in this episode. All plans of Skibidi toilets will now be fatally destroyed by the punishing hand of the Speakerman Titan. So, 9 combat Skibidi toilets helicopters surrounding the Speakerman Titan simultaneously release 18 rockets into it. By the way, the title of episode 58 on the author's channel sounds like Titan Speakerman Shows His True Might, and this name fully justifies what is happening on the screen. Look, all this huge pile of missiles did not cause him a single damage. Can you imagine the strength of the updated armor of the Speakerman's Titan? To the surprise of the stunned Skibidi helicopters, the Toilet Titan Speakerman has leveled up in his upgraded jetpack. Spread your hands in different directions, prepare your deadly guns, and begin to destroy all enemies rotating in a deadly dance around its axis. Look at this truly magnificent spectacle of a martial theater. What a speed! What scale! What grace! And look how much stronger he became after passing all these tests in the very first episodes. He was quite simple, just as brave, but technically he was much weaker than now. The new Speakerman Titan upgrade really blows our minds. Just imagine what feelings overwhelmed the Speakerman's Titan after everything he had to endure. How many innocent friends he had to destroy. The Skibidi scientist played a truly vile and terrible joke with it. Well, now apparently he will have to pay a lot for it. After the destruction of aircraft, Titan Speakerman rushed to continue cleaning up the territory. In the next frame, we see how the Titan cameraman manages to help, and to his surprise, this territory has already been completely cleared by the Titan Speakerman. After inspecting the territory and making sure that his help is no longer needed here, he goes after the Titan Speakerman, who, in all likelihood, is looking for G-Man in his fiery rage. The episode ends with us seeing the rescued cameramen who raise their fingers of approval and rejoice that they are still alive. Also on the roof, we can notice a secret agent who calmly waited for the end of all these actions and left the roof. Where is he heading now? Do you have any ideas? So hit like and subscribe and also write in the comments. Yes, and here's more. Here are options for how the Titan Speakerman can take revenge on the army of toilets. Titan Speakerman may choose to take down enemies in an open area. He will use his high speed and agility to chase down enemies while dodging missile attacks and melee attacks. In this case, he can use his power attacks to destroy opponents in front, as well as actively avoid attacks from behind. A fast chase will allow him to eliminate opponents before they can gather in a large group. In turn, the Titan Cameraman can play an important role in helping Titan Speakerman in their joint fight against the army of toilets. Titan Cameraman can provide Speakerman Titan with valuable information about the location of enemies, their numbers and actions. With the help of his cameras and sensors, he will be able to monitor the movements of enemies, alerting the Speakerman Titan to sudden attacks or the presence of threats. This will allow Titan Speakerman to adapt his actions and decisions in real time. Titan Cameraman, thanks to his ability to observe the battlefield from soaring heights, can offer new ideas for combat strategy. And may the force of the pyramid be with you. Good luck! Greetings, my dear viewers. The Pyramid on Air! So welcome to our analytical digital pit. In this video, we will talk in detail about the 59 episode of the Skibidi Toilet series. I spent a lot of time getting all this interesting information, so get comfortable and let's dive into the details. In the very first shots, we see a sad cameraman who is apparently very weak in spirit and constantly sinks into depression in difficult situations. We already met him in the 57th episode in the same state. I don't know if any of us could endure such a test when the corpses of your friends with their heads torn off lie around you. Oh, take a closer look at the left by the trunk of the car. There is a secret agent we have known for a long time. I wonder why he is standing right here and not somewhere in a safe place on the roof of the building. I have a theory that he went downstairs to walk around and collect cameramen heads. Otherwise, why would he take such risks and walk on the ground where a fierce battle is taking place? According to the situation in the scene, we see that the pressure on the cameraman is very strong, and they are almost already on the same hair from death. Big cameramen are running away in horror from the advancing enemy. Only a few try to fight with their last strength against a merciless enemy. Next, we see the Skibidi toilet finish off the defenseless cameraman. This scene is very symbolic. It personifies itself as a key that transports us to the dimension of victory. POV cameraman jumps on top of the toilet bowl, emits the enemy into the far distance. Well, what do we have here? Let's look at two newspapers. I'm interested, I haven't seen them before. No, wait! This newspaper has a man on the cover. I have already seen the 57th series on the roof. Let's think together what kind of photo it is. Be sure to write to me in the comments. Cameraman thanks his brother for saving him, and at the same moment we see a horrific scene. Oh my God, just look! What is it? Crazy shit! One of the most powerful and largest Skibidi toilets in the history of the series is riding out on us. It's Rocket Laser Tank. And of course, you can immediately notice that this is an updated mutant from the 4th episode that broke into the restaurant. We just have to properly study this masterpiece of military technology. Let's get started. 4 missiles, similar to those that Rocket Bath had in episode 56. 2 super powerful laser guns, almost like a G-Man, but a little bit different type. 5 armored plates on the front of the toilet, additional armor-piercing bars on the sides, 2 sharp manipulators for stringing victims, almost the same as in episode 58 at the toilet with circular saws. Look closely at its tracks for movement. They can crush a lot of opponents. There is also a helmet with rivets and protecting the ears from sound. There is also a protective glass on the helmet. Most likely, it is designed to protect against the rays of the TV. Rocket Laser Tank, powered by aviation. In this case, these are 2 combat helicopters, each of which is equipped with 2 rocket launchers, 1 big machine gun, and a medium machine gun on the side. By the way, look at the background. What's standing there? Some kind of monument in the background. To whom is he? Man? Be sure to write in the comments what you think about it. So, something terrible must happen, but in the sky, we see 2 powerful titans. They begin their holy liberation attack. They work as a team. The Speakerman Titan shoots down 2 helicopters at a distance and quickly rushes like lightning at the tank, and in an acrobatic jump rips off his helmet to hit his hearing. Then he shoots down his guns with his cannon, and these are 2 rocket launchers and a laser. Removing the protection of the Titan Speakerman shoots the enemy in the mouth. All systems are damaged and rocket laser tank weapons are going down. But at that moment, aircraft flies up and shoots the Titan Speakerman right in the ass. Look at 8 rocket launchers. Horror imagines that all this could get in the ass of Titan. Brutalized by such impudence, the Titan turns on the full jetpack and rushes at the enemy. While the Titan Speakerman is fighting with the enemy, Titan Cameraman tore off a rocket launcher from the Skibidi tank and stuffed it into the tank mouth, and as a control holiday of power, a huge laser shoved down his throat right up to the tonsils. The Titan Cameraman takes revenge for his brothers very harshly. But he has both piety and mercy, so he decides to put the rocket laser tank out of its misery and kicks it hard in such a way that it explodes to hell. Oh, truly compassionate Titan Cameraman. Amen. Meanwhile, the Speakerman Titan finished off the Skibidi airplane by flushing it down the toilet, and lo and behold, ha ha ha, he's like an angel. No, like a surfer rushing through the waves of heaven on a deadly skateboard. Poor Rocket falls off, helplessly falling down. The Speakerman Titan jumps off his amusement and lands right next to his cameraman Titan brother. Titan Cameraman in turn congratulates and encourages his brother by giving a thumbs up. Look how handsome the Titan Speakerman is. What a combination of colors and guns, super military grace. And then the surprised Titan Speakerman discovers that from every alley, from every small street, his brethren begin to emerge. The energy of resurrection and retribution permeates every fine line of this epic scene. We see that a huge number of speakers are moving towards their leader to greet him and salute him and thank him. Some of them still do not believe in this miracle and still continue to sit fearfully on the scaffolding of buildings. And some, without restraining their emotions, begin their festive flex dance. We see 2 more speakermen on the roof. By the way, look at what you probably don't guess, and I'll tell you now. This Easter egg refers to one of the most famous albums in the music industry. These are the 3 red speakers from the cover of Music for the Masses, the 6th studio album by the British band Depeche Mode, released on September 28, 1987. The record took the band to mainstream US success for the first time since Some Great Reward. If you watched carefully all the videos in 2, then you are sure to notice how 2 heroes in one of the videos are discussing the Depeche Mode group and their CDs.
You know, with every next album, they constantly progressed. Their early work was a little too cheesy for my taste, but after the departure of Vince Clarke, Martin Gore became the songwriter. Themes he wrote about were pivotal in changing their flashy pop sound into something more melancholic and dark.
Further, we see how all the streets are filled with speakers, and our sad cameraman from the first frames of the episode was filled with the energy of inspiration and got up with hope for a better future. A few more speakers could not stand the strong emotions and began to joyfully dance their victory dance. Note that all cameramen salute their leader with their gesture, and the speakermen go closer to their favorite Titan Speakerman to properly greet him. And by the way, pay attention to the huge columns of spiders. Probably many people remember that they were already shown to us in episode 25 called Speakermen Get an Advantage. So I want to tell you that the music used here is from the composition Depeche Mode, a pain that I'm used to. The link to it will be in the description. I strongly recommend that you listen to this song and study its lyrics. You will discover a lot of interesting and new things, and what you learned there, be sure to write in the comments. Next, we see our Titans in full awareness of unity and brotherhood. They give each other a courageous, victorious handshake with full pleasure, strengthens its races in a strong and strategically victorious combination. They look at their troops with approval and hope for a brighter future. And this is where episode 59 ends. Well, that's the end of the 18th season of the series. It was very intense and interesting. And may the force of the pyramid be with you. Good luck.